Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Katharina and I'm an Austrian German girl who moved to the US for love. If you are into mindset, fashion and a little bit of real life love stories, you're absolutely in the right place. And today I have my husband Zane with me and we will go into all of our wedding tea.
One piece of advice I have is start saving now. Maybe I'm an idiot, but I had no idea that weddings were so expensive.
First of all, you're not an idiot. But second of all, I do want to say, actually I don't want to say it, but I'm still gonna say it. I told you so. Definitely save up for a wedding. Because if it's just called something with a wedding, they're gonna charge more for it. That was, for example, also a reason why I got a white dress that is not specifically a wedding dress. Another tip that we really have for planning a wedding, and we also planned our wedding, 3 months of it was long distance planning basically. I realized at one point that we would start talking about wedding so often and it got kind of annoying. So we decided to do calls specifically for the wedding topic.
It was really nice to distinguish between this is a wedding conversation, this is not a wedding conversation.
I do want to say that we planned our wedding very quick, and with the visa definitely had less time than other people normally have. So I think that also helps a lot with, honestly, the budget. It's just cheaper if you have more time to research things, and also it's less stressful. I realized that we have different priorities for a wedding.
We wrote down all of the things that we wanted from the wedding and we broke it up into 3 categories. There was need to haves, want to haves, and not really that important. We both brought different things that were must-haves for us. For me, it was really important that I was able to invite my entire family.
For me personally, it was important that it is meaningful and also a little bit fancy. I just like nice things, and also my family came all the way from Austria, so we did that.
At least make it seem like we spent more on the wedding than they spent on the flights to the wedding.
Which is honestly very easy if you get married in New York. Everything is so incredibly expensive.
Another priority we had was a non-traditional ceremony. I'm really into sort of immersive experiences, and so I really wanted to do something that wasn't just people sitting quietly staring upwardly at you for 20-25 minutes. I had all sorts of experiences, like my friend Danny getting up and singing in the middle of the ceremony. We had people sitting on the floor on pillows at picnic tables with little question cards so they can get to talk to people around them.
There's the meaningful part that I wanted in the wedding again.
And we were also able to tie in little traditions we have, like what we call tea time, where we sit down and have open and honest conversation over tea. We handed out tea to everybody there who in attendance, so they got to have the multi-sensory experience of participating in tea time with us.
For some reason, it was really important to us that on our marriage certificate, it says we got married in Central Park. We actually waited a month longer to get the marriage certificate, just because it said that.
Cool. Normally it says an address, and ours just says Central Park.
Something that you can learn from this is to actually think about the things that you find very important, because they may look very different than the things that we prioritize. I think that was more something I wanted. I feel in my body, so I booked a wedding meditation session in the morning. And for me personally, that was really great.
Good to start in a calming way, because the day can be very hectic. And if you can start with a little meditation, I think that works very well. A little bit of breath work helps sort of level you, ground you for the day.
So Zane actually did not see my wedding dress prior, which was very hard because I really wanted to show him. So we did have a first look on top of the rock.
Obviously, she is absolutely stunning.
The only right answer, yep.
I don't know how to say this without sounding inappropriate, but like, oh my god, not just her face, but her body. She has this amazing hourglass figure, and the dress hugged her so tight, showed off all of her curves. I'm already in love. I felt very lucky.
That's very sweet.
Drop dead gorgeous.
It's very cute. I was actually very nervous. I don't know why, because we got ready together And then he just went home to change real quick because he forgot something. And then we met up again. I even have seen you attire prior. And I was still like, oh, this looks so good. And I don't know, it was still like, very blown away and so happy.
Highlight for me, my friend Danny going up there and singing I Love You Baby.
Yeah.
I love you, baby, and if it's quite alright, I need you. And he's such a good singer, and he puts on such a good show.
He's incredible.
He had everybody clapping along. He was like subbing in our names for some of the words. And then he got my mom to like stand up and dance. He's known my mom since we were little kids, so it was so awesome. Very fun experience seeing that like part of my life come back for my wedding was a blast.
I think my favorite part was the fact that my youngest brother officiated for us. That was very cool. And I think he did such an amazing job. Honestly, so much prop to him for being not a native speaker and doing the whole moderation of the wedding and everything. He did so good. And also it was so meaningful to me that my grandpa and my other brother were the flower boys and just like threw flowers. And then also the fact we walked down the aisle, my brother said a few words, and then we had time to say hello to everyone. It was so awesome to see all of my family and some of my friends from Austria and Germany, and then his family from Texas and friends from us from New York, all together at one place. So that was really special.
I think we freaked some people out when we came down off of the altar basically and just like started shaking hands.
Yeah,
like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Wait, is this the wedding? What's going on?
It was very much us. And I think that's actually my favorite thing about the whole wedding. It felt so much like us.
We had our content director in chief over here absolutely met and exceeded expectations. 5 out of 5 stars.
And the other part that I also played,
the bride?
The bride, yeah. How did I do
there? Oh, you did great at that one, yeah.
Okay,
that was
great.
Good. That was good.
I think the only expectation I actually had for him, and I did communicate that prior, was that I wanted him to stay by my side a lot. He's like, we are getting married. I know there are a lot of friends and family here in town for you, and this is really awesome, and let's absolutely like do stuff with them and be there. But I did also wanted to have some time, just the two of us, and you definitely did that. So out of 10 would marry again. A tradition that we definitely did not stick to and also actually got a little bit criticized for was the fact that we slept in the same room prior to the wedding. And another wedding tradition we also did not do was we walked down the aisle together. I think it made so much sense for our relationship. We did everything, mainly actually the two of us, because we were traveling together so much.
Didn't traditionally receive gifts from parents.
We're definitely leaving that in.
Yeah, it was very New York. It was like our wedding took place over 3 official locations, more if you count the unofficial spots. Because we had the ceremony in Central Park, we took everybody out to dinner at a nice restaurant, and then we went to a bar where we got a private space for the after party.
After the after party for everyone who was still there.
We would have gotten a thicker saw to cut through that huge log that we were supposed to cut through at the end.
Yeah, we actually could not cut through.
We broke the saw, trying to do this Austrian and German tradition of sawing the log in half after the wedding. We broke the saw. The next size up was like a 6-foot, like real lumberjack saw, and we were thinking, you know, this is in Central Park.
Yeah,
they're gonna think we're like trying to cut down a tree there. Yeah. We picked a vendor because they do have really fantastic style. We really liked the setups that they do. They're not good communicators. They didn't bring enough water or enough food. I don't know what we could have done about that though.
I think we did the best we could for the time we had. Our wedding had to be planned very quickly.
I think we rushed the officiant script a little too much. That had a lot of last minute changes, and we didn't give her brother, who's not even a native English speaker, really a lot of time to rehearse.
But he did so great.
He did great, absolutely fantastic.
I think
in another language.
No one actually realized, just us, because we knew the changes and we knew how he wrote it before.
I really liked the part where we got up on a table and cut off the bottom part of your dress because it had gotten so dirty. It had rained the day before in Central Park, and we were walking through the city. The bottom of the dress, the train, was filthy. And at the after party, got up and cut it off in front of everybody. Everybody cheered. It was a whole big thing. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was a very unhinged thing to do, I would say.
I loved it. Yeah, that was spontaneous and crazy.
I wanted to cut it up either way and actually dye it to be able to wear it again. A sentence I told myself over and over again was, my whole goal today is getting married to this great person here. That's all. Were you even nervous at one point?
I guess like walking down the aisle, or like right before walking down the aisle, probably the most nerve-wracking moment. Mm-hmm. It was like hanging out behind the curtain at a show that's about to happen.
Yeah, I don't actually think we were so nervous because we honestly handpicked all the people that were there. I think the biggest advice we can actually give is to just focus on you as a couple and decide what you guys want for this wedding and do that. That's exactly what we did, and I think that's why we liked our wedding so much. We got the goal done, we got married, and we're very happy we did it, and it just felt so much like us. That's also the feedback we actually got from a lot of people, that it felt like us, and that was very important to us. Thanks for watching, and like and subscribe, and tune in next Friday again.